Alright, we're in Picnik. We've uploaded a picture and we're ready to edit. One thing to note, whenever you upload a picture into Picnik, it does put you directly into this Edit tab. It will take you right there with all these buttons we'll go through in a minute. And what we'll do in this video is we'll go through some of these basic functions of editing, and then we will talk about how to save your picture. Alright, before we get started, I do want to show you one tool here. This is the zoom tool. You can drag this bar here to zoom in and out of your picture. It's really handy to get a nice clear picture of what you're looking at. Alright, we're going to start off with auto fix. Real simple, you click on that button and it automatically fixes the brightness and the contrast for you. Anytime you do not want anything, the good thing to know of course is the undo button. Click on that, it'll take it away. And if you go too far you can click on redo. Alright, when we click on rotate, it's got the standard left and right rotation. You can flip it back and forth. One thing I really enjoy about Picnik is this straighten feature. If you've ever had a picture where it looks like you've taken it and it looks like it's just a little bit off, it's a little bit tilted, you can take this straighten feature and you can angle it so that you can correct that, which has been very helpful. And you can also flip horizontally and you can flip vertically. Alright, once you're done there, click OK. Next up, crop. Very simple, just like any other cropping tool if you've ever used it. You can get exactly what you want and get rid of what you don't want in the picture. Once you have it the way that you want it to look, just hit OK. It will crop it for you. Another really big feature that I love about Picnik is this resize button. It's very easy to resize picture. The reason this is important is because if you take pictures with a digital camera and you upload them into Picnik, you're going to have a lot of pictures that usually are very big. And so a lot of times what I do with students is I have them learn how to resize their pictures so that they're big enough for what we're using, whether it's Glogster, Animoto, or our blogs, and that they don't take up a lot of space. So a way to do that is to take this resize. All you do is click in the new number that you want. I would definitely usually keep this keep proportions on. That keeps the picture from looking too long or too skinny. And then hit OK once you're done. Exposure, this is just something you can play with. I don't do it a lot. Sometimes you can use it to wash out a picture. This is where they get the automatically fix. I'm not going to go into the advanced just because there's a lot of different things here that you can play with. But if you want to play with it, go for it. Same thing with the colors. It gives you a way to saturate the colors. Temperature, warm or soft. And then cold, which is usually kind of like a bluer temperature. Auto colors will kind of redo the colors for you. If you don't like it, just hit cancel or reset. Sharpen, sometimes be careful with this. Sometimes kids think that the more you sharpen the better it is, but it's not necessarily so. But sometimes if you got a picture, if you hit sharpen, it can really kind of sharpen the edges and make it look nice for you. And if you click on advanced, you can see some different strength and radius parts. And last but not least is red eye. Pretty simple. One thing I do like about Picnik is it click the center of each eye to fix red eye or pet eye. So if you've got an animal picture, it does a different setting for animals than it would for humans. Alright, so those are the basic functions here. If you click on this settings button just to make sure you see what it is, you can close the photo. We're not going to do that because we want to save it. But once you or your students are ready to save, you're going to click on this button right here. And what it does is typically, automatically, it does it straight as a JPEG. And so you can call it cats dancing on a rug, you can call it test, whatever you want to name the picture. The dimensions, I usually don't mess around with that. Here you can choose if you want to make it a JPEG, PNG, GIF, BMP, you can even save it as a PDF or a TIFF file. JPEG is usually what we stick with because that's pretty much standard across all platforms. And then one thing you really want to look at here is this JPEG size and compression quality. So you can have it up to 10, which is the best quality, bigger file size. But if you want to save some space, you can get it down to 6. I wouldn't go too much lower than 6 or 5. I usually keep mine around 7 or 8. Click on Save Photo. It's going to ask you where you want to save it. And that's it. Now I've got my picture saved. I can use it just like any other picture. I'll just go back to the desktop to show you what it looks like. And there it is. It's ready to be used for Animoto, Photoshop. You can use it in PowerPoint, anything that you use a picture with. Photo story, digital storytelling. Now I've got a new picture that I can use. Alright, so that's the basics of Picnik, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you in Beyond the Basics some of these really cool effects that you can do in the Create tab.